Joined now by Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff of California, one of the 5 Democrats on that House Select Committee on Benghazi. What do you react to Mrs. Clinton when you see her there?
Well, I thought it was incredibly powerful. I mean, the ambassador was someone she knew personally, someone I think she helped to select. And so she's dealing with this trauma, this tragedy, and then you compound it by people making a political football about this, which I have to think, given what I know of the ambassador, would be the last thing in the world that he would have wanted. I think his mother has said as much. And then, you know, the other night during the debate for this offensive Stop Hillary PAC, to air an ad showing Ambassador Stevens' tombstone. Yeah. I mean, every day a new low, I'm afraid.
You know, we've gone down the list, I'm sure you've seen, of embassy officials, envoys for America around the world killed in the last 30, 40 years. It just happens. We post people in dangerous places. We give them danger pay. We know these are dangerous places. They go out and they get in their car every day not knowing if there's a bomb in it. This is part of life out there. We lost all those Marines in Lebanon under Reagan's watch. Nobody spends the rest of our lives saying, how come that happened? The Republicans seem fixated on this. What is the worst thing they believe? Do they believe that she just let her friend die? She just went to a dinner party or something that night? What is in their heads?
Well, it seems to be the suggestion that...
That is the suggestion.
It is that somehow she conspired to reduce the security beforehand for some unforeseen reason that she wanted, I don't know, to make them vulnerable. Or that afterwards she interfered with the efforts to rescue them, as if there would be any motivation for doing that on anyone's part, on the secretaries or the militaries. I mean, why would anyone want to interfere with efforts to rescue people? I don't understand it. It's an irrational obsession with the secretary.
What about this movie that's coming out in January? It's going to talk about a stand-down order.
I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, I have too.
And you know, I took issue with the very first part of that trailer, which says this is a true story. Because the quintessential part of it, at least in the trailer, is they had to have a bad guy. It wasn't enough that the terrorists were the bad guy. There's got to be some bureaucrat standing in the way of the rescue. That simply wasn't the case. And I hate to see that fallacy being propagated, even though I represent Hollywood. They're in my district. I hate to see them doing it.
Go see JFK if you have a problem. There's another problematic movie. Johnson had nothing to do with killing Kennedy, nor a Nixon movie. The Nixon movie had nothing. Nixon had nothing to do with killing Kennedy. Anyway, in a radio interview Thursday, U.S. Congressman Mo Brooks of Alabama said that if Hillary Clinton won the White House, she would immediately be subject to impeachment because of her use of a private email server while she was Secretary of State.
With respect to Hillary Clinton, she will be in a unique president if she is elected by the public next November, because the day she's sworn in is the day that she's subject to impeachment because she has committed high crimes and misdemeanors.
Do you like the way he jumped on that word? Impeachment. I mean, these people, what is their cartoon version of life? You know, that Hillary is the villainess of our time?
And this is actually just what concerns me about the Select Committee. You know, we see with the abuse of impeachment that it becomes just another tool to be used for partisan purposes. And now that this is what the Select Committee has become. In the future, I think Benghazi will become synonymous with a partisan abuse of taxpayer dollars. People will say, should we form a Benghazi committee on this or a Benghazi committee on that? And that is a horrible
I want to ask you a question. We have to go now. So now I'm going to put you in the hardball corner right now. In everything you've read, all the testimony you've gathered, everything you've heard from the Republican side and on your own investigation, have you seen any evidence that Hillary didn't do her level best to save her friend?
Absolutely not. Not a shred. And I think it's a terrible indictment of our committee that we've wasted this amount of time and money searching for something that doesn't exist in an effort really to smear a dedicated public servant. No.
God, you sound like Kevin McCarthy.
Well, you know, I think Kevin McCarthy spoke the truth.
You let the cat out of the bag.
And the thing about Kevin McCarthy that I think people need to realize is there's a very small group of people that was in the room when the Speaker, against his better judgment, made the decision to form this Select Committee. Kevin McCarthy was one of them. Yeah. So he's one of the few people that actually can speak to the motive behind the formation of the committee. And what he said has been borne out by the facts. Our chairman says, judge us not by what our leadership says or by what our members says or by what the GOP whistleblower says. Judge us by what we do. What we have been doing in this committee is the worst indictment of the committee. They set up interviews with 12 witnesses this year, canceled all of them. Canceled on the Joint Chiefs of Staff, canceled on the Defense Secretary, canceled on this because they're not running for president. they went after only one person, one hearing, Secretary Clinton.
Well, let's watch Thursday and see if you're proven right. I think you will be. Thank you, U.S. Congressman Adam Schiff. Thank you for coming.